So continuing from the previous video, so as I was saying that this is how you want your conversation thread to be look. I believe this is the new design that you want, and this is the existing design. And let's move forward to the next slide. So in this conversation thread, as I can see that this is the sender name, and this is here, this option over here, this is the menu option that will contain this following options, that is the profile and the call, edit and view option, the block, unsubscribe and delete option. So somehow this unsubscribe button and the unsubscribe option is similar to the friend option, I believe, and the block option is we all know what blocking is. If you block that user, so that user will not be able to connect with you. And the delete thread option, it will automatically delete the total conversation that you have made. And yes, this is the existing design, and you want the design to be implemented like this, so we'll be able to do that. That's not an issue. We have already implemented in this kind of thing in multiple of our applications, so it is an easy task for us. Let's move on to the next slide. So this is the messages section over here, as I believe I can see over here, and you have shown the filter option. So yeah, I have already mentioned to you that this is the filter option, and it will be a drop down list. I understand completely, and also it will contain the scroll bar if needed. So if you are giving a lot of options over there, then only it will contain a scroll bar, else the scroll bar is not needed. And also the current functions that are already implemented. So once you share the details of your application, as I've already mentioned to you that I am not able to check that application, as in my country the application is not available. So you have to share some details to our developers, and once you share those details with us, then only we'll be able to do the same thing that is already implemented in your application. Let's move on to the next slide. So this is the search option, as I have already mentioned that this is the search bar, that I believe that this is the existing search bar that is existed in your application, and the application you already have, and you want this to be look somehow like this. And this is what I was talking about, that search by keyword. So it will automatically contain a autocomplete feature. We will provide you that when you type the word, it will automatically show the results matching to that keyword or the word. So we have already implemented this in multiple of our web applications and Android applications both. So this is an easy task for us, and our developers will definitely be able to do this. And this is how the search result will be viewed, and it will show the messages, the contacts and the groups. It will be somehow like this, I believe, and you have shown like this that it will not contain any menu over here. So this message, contact and group section will be the categories. The user have to click on those, and they will get the results on depending on their choice. So this is how this search bar as the search list will work. So yes, we'll be able to do that. So we just have to integrate the category sections under the above the search lists, and by choosing the category lists, the user will be able to see the results. So that's not an issue. Let's in the next section, this is the messages unread section. Unread messages will be shown over here. So as I've already mentioned to you, if some messages are unread, then it will show the number of messages that have already that the user have received, and also it will be somehow contain a different color than the read messages, and the user will be able to see the unread the messages from the unread tab also. So we'll provide an unread tab for you. So yeah, we'll be able to do that for you. So this is how I've already shown you all this, that this is how the message section will look. It will show the unread messages, this option. It will show the counting, the total conversation that has been made, and if I click on clear, then it will show the it will ask for a confirmation, and the counting will not be shown. And this counter, as I've already mentioned, that this is the total unread message that we have received from this user. So this is how these things look, and we'll be able to implement the same thing to the new design. I've already mentioned this thing to you. And this is the same thing I was just talking to you about, the messages. It will contain the group message, the personal message, the broadcasted message, each and everything it will show over here. And I understand that you don't want to provide any filter for this message section, so you want to remove this space that has been already implemented in your existing application. So yeah, we'll be able to do that. This is we'll remove this thing, and this is somehow this thing will work. And the counter will be the same. The unread messages will be shown like this. So this is basically the same thing like the previous one. So we'll be able to do that. And now coming to the contacts tab. So in your application, you want to have a contact tab. This contact tab will show the contacts. This is how the contacts will is shown, I believe, right now. And you want to see the contacts like this option, that is 3 categories will be there, or the 3 options, 3 subcategories will be there that will show the all, favorite and recent. So the all category will show all the contacts that has been added by the user, and the favorite tab over here that will show the contacts that are favorited by the user, and the recent contacts that with the contacts I have recently contacted. This context will be shown over the recent tab over here. I believe the same thing you have shown over here. So you also want to implement a search option in contact. So yeah, that is basically same like any device, any in our normal mobiles. When you open the contact tab or the contact button, we'll click on the contact button. There will be a search bar. We'll be able to implement that. This is basically the it will contain the keyword, the autocomplete feature, and yeah, we'll be able to implement that. We will show you want to show the total number of contacts for this user. I understand that will be shown over here, the total contacts that the user already have, and also show the list of the contacts. Searching, it is the same thing. Long click to select multiple. Yeah, we'll be able to implement that. Also the carrier info, that means the network details that will be shown, whether it is landline or VoIP mobile, that will be shown. So that is basically how the contact icon will look, and this is the contact icon, I believe, on the below. And the contact details view. So when I click on a contact from the contact list, this is how the contact is viewed right now in your existing application, I believe. And you want something like this, the contact should be shown, and you also want the contact details to be implemented. Also you want the conversation tab under that contact details view. So I have seen this, and I'll assure you that we'll be able to implement the same thing in your new application. And this is how this thing will look like. And when I click on the contact, there will be an edit option. At first it will show these options over here, the message, call, mail option, and the video option over here. If you want to implement the video call, we can implement that, because we have already implemented that video call section in some of our application. And other things, it will show the phone number, the email IDs, and also it will contain an edit section that will allows the user to edit his profile. You can do that from here. And the list will contain all these followings. So yeah, we'll be able to implement all this. And this block, unsubscribe and delete options will also be provided over here, and the user can block the user or unsubscribe or unfriend him or delete the user. So we'll provide this thing over here under the username. And the next thing, it's contains the group section, I believe. So this is how the group looks right now, the group listings. And let's see. So this is the group tab, I believe, and it will show the total number of groups, also the group icon and the number of subscribers, and also the search option. It will be implemented. It will be same like the contact search, I believe. So it will also contain the autocomplete feature and the keyword search. And when I'm going to the group details, when I'm clicking on a group name from the group listing, it will guide me to the group details page. The group details page will contain the group image and the group name, will contain the message section, but the group image will not have a call section because I don't think that we can place a group call. So it will contain the mail section, and also it will show the users that are currently under this group, and it will allows us to send a voice broadcast message. We can broadcast a message through our voice, and it will be something like a mic-like image that will allow the user to broadcast a message if they want to. And it will be similar like calling, but it will be somehow like the user who wants to send the broadcast message, he will record the message and then he will click on send. This message will automatically send to all the users that are currently under that group. So this is how it will look, and it will show the contacts under that group. And if I click on a contact, then if I click long time in a contact, then I can select multiple contacts. So I believe you want this kind of things to be implemented. So yeah, we will be able to do that. And this is so these are all the features that I have noticed in this presentation that you have provided. And I personally believe that we will be able to do the same in your application as per your requirement. And yeah, you have mentioned one thing over here, that is we have to either work with your developer or build an API for your Cake PHP application. Yes, we'll be able to build an API for your Cake PHP application. Let me show you how we build RESTful API and how we test RESTful API by using one of the application named Postman. So I'm going to show that functionality of that application in the next video. Please watch the next video to find out.